So this will be Project Farmhouse day 42 and 43. Tom was here working on stuff upstairs, which I'll go and make a video of later. But happy Easter. I figured I'd keep myself busy this morning before we go out to a cousin's house for dessert later on today. But I'm gonna braise the copper line set. I got it run. I'll show you the inside as well. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run nitrogen through both lines, and I'm going to braise both these outside connectors, and then I will send the nitrogen just through the small line, which is the high pressure side. And I have the inside unhooked, so everything's cleaned and ready to go, but I want to flow nitrogen through both of these lines, braise both of these, and then, like I said, I'll disconnect that. I'll leave it open, and then I'll flow nitrogen through here, and I'll braise the inside, and then that'll allow the nitrogen to escape out that port right there where the blue line is. I got my water ready to cool it off. I got my brazing rods. I got my acetylene, my air acetylene torch, and this is my nitrogen tank. So, and as soon as I'm done, you just wait for the color to change, like 3 to 4 seconds, and then you can cool these off right away. And then I took the Schrader valves out so they don't melt. So they're both out, ready to go. So wish me luck here. I'll make another video for the inside, and I'll make another video for the upstairs to show you what Tom was working on. All right, so I'm done brazing. So we got both of those lines brazed. I ran out of nitrogen, so I went to go get some more nitrogen. Now I'm gonna pressure test this, and I'm gonna make sure it can hold at least 200 PSI for a couple hours, just to make sure, at least an hour, just to make sure there's no leaks. And then I have a vacuum pump, and I'll hook it up and pull a vacuum for a couple hours. So this won't be up and running today, but in the meantime, while that's doing its thing, I'll make the connection line. I'll connect the thermostat line, which has to be connected up here. And I'll also go inside and do the condensation line. And I'll make a video of that. So yeah, so this will be Project Farmhouse. This is day 42 and 43. And I'll probably try to piece these videos together. If not, I'll post 3 separate videos showing you what I've done inside the house as well. So almost the final piece to the heater was installing a new thermostat. There was a monster hole here. We fixed the hole, so I painted it with the paint that we're gonna put in the hallway. So, and then they can paint around that later, but I wanted to paint it before I slapped the thermostat up on the wall. I got those wires where they need to be. Everything should be good to go. I'm just gonna go double check the breakers downstairs. And for Project Farmhouse, the heater or air conditioning should be ready to fire up tomorrow. So that's my final update for day 42 and 43. And I'll make a video for day 44 to show you what the guys are working on. So for Project Farmhouse day 42, here's the braze lines inside the house. And then I got to slip these tubing things down and over. This is if the R454 ever leaks out, it'll go inside the coil. And this sensor right here will detect the leak and turn off the heater. And the other place we had to braze the line was up there for the dryer filter. So it's brazed on both sides, and I just tied it temporarily because it was, every time I went to go heat up the pipe, it would start to move on me. So I just kind of temporarily put that wire around it. It's an old wire that was in the trash, but I got that all brazed and set up. So now I'm gonna start putting this back together, and I'm gonna tape this up a little bit and get this all cleaned up. And then I'm gonna, so I think it's been about an hour and a half now, and the pressure for the nitrogen sitting at 200 solid. So I think I'm actually gonna go evacuate the nitrogen and hook up my vacuum pump and start pumping out the lines. And while that's doing that, I'll hook up my condensation line. So my condensation line is gonna run out here, and then it'll run down, and then it'll connect to here, and it'll go out into this pipe right here. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna hook this up right now. I actually might need to go get another connector though. I think I need another 90. I think I should have bought another 90 and I forgot. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get my condensation line set up and ready to go. All right, and this is the final step for Project Farmhouse with the HVAC. You can see I got a good vacuum. It's pulled well below zero. And you know, this one's pinned, so I'm going to close these off. Close this off. You're going to hear the pump struggle even more probably. And then I'm going to turn the pump off. And we're going to make sure that holds. We're just going to leave it for a little bit. So we're just going to make sure that stays held. And as long as it stays held, I got my ratchet tool. This is an Allen key wrench with a ratcheting. I'm going to open up the king valves. So we're just going to let it sit for like 10 minutes just to make sure that doesn't move. And then I'll crack it open. Just turned it on for the first time. Sounds nice and quiet, which is great. The fan just kicked on, which is interesting. I don't have the thermostat on yet, so I'm waiting to see if the thermostat's gonna turn itself off. I'm guessing it's going through a system check for the first time. So, but I'm gonna go turn the thermostat on to heat in a few minutes and see how she works. I think it's interesting that the fan kicked on. So Project Farmhouse, day 42 and 43, testing the air conditioner, tested the heater already. That's working, so everything's looking good. This is all brazed, and then I wrapped this with some UV tape. So, and I zip tied these too, just to be sure that it doesn't come apart. But that's all buttoned up, new AC disconnect, everything's working. So I'm very happy. So yeah, day 42 and day 43 I spent working on the heater and air conditioner, and I'm good to go now.